regionally we stand out. So Kenya is a regional leader in manufacturing. Those of you who know that within this region, East and Central Africa, we are leading manufacturer. If you put Eastern, Central and Southern Africa, I think we are only second to South Africa. So we are a huge market for manufacturing, and I am happy that we have all these companies that have come together to exhibit their technologies, because as you say, we've been value adding. Maybe it's time to value multiply, because the world is changing. As government, our role is to be a good referee. Manufacturing is for the private sector. Export is for the private sector. But our role is to understand what you need from us, so that we are able to give you the policies, the regulations, the standards that you need to work in other markets. So ladies and gentlemen, this morning I am extremely delighted for this official opening of the Eastern Africa Packaging Summit, which is part of the ProPack East Africa, the leading exhibition in packaging, printing, processing, and the plastic subsectors. On behalf of the Ministry of Investments, Trade and Industry, I want to extend to all of you a warm welcome to Kenya. For those of you who have come from far to this 3-day event, because for us, if you are manufacturing, you must add value. And as I've said, we are already a leading manufacturer. We want to do more, we want to export more. As you can see, through some of the policies that we have created, Kenya is part of the East African community. The East African community is now a community of 8 countries, bringing together nearly 400 million people from Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Burundi, DRC, South Sudan, and more recently Somalia. So for us, we are happy to build this market. We are also working with others to build the African market, the African Continental Free Trade Area, through our county governments. And you know that we have 47 county governments. We are establishing an industrial area in each of the counties called County Aggregation and Industrial Park. And at those centers, we want to add value. So each county is thinking about a small industrial area where we can add value to the products that that county is able to produce. And I really want to encourage you, Joseph, that apart from Nairobi, we want to start looking at what is it that Uasin Gishu is doing, what is it that Kakamega is doing, hata kama ni hiyo Mkombero. How do we add value to Mkombero, and how do we package it? So we want to go to that level. I saw Muratina. Some people are saying Muratina is illegal. The court has said Muratina is not. So what do we do? Mira and all these other things. If you go to Meru, some of these things, I think that we need to really work together. So mine is to appreciate this gathering that brings together stakeholders of the public, the private, academic, and the donors. Owes you manufacturing, because we know that we need to manufacture. But whenever we have money, we are thinking of a new car, a new house, a new something else. I think we have enough cars on our roads. Ladies and gentlemen, from now onwards, as you come out of this room after these 3 days and this place, come out with an idea to add value to something for yourself. Tumeelewana vizuri? If there is anything to take home, and don't tell me you don't have money, because I have said you can start with 1 bag of maize and call it Wairimu maize, and you just put it into a bag and you label it and you sell it, and you start from there and we build it. Our role as government is to work with you, to support you, to encourage you, and I think time has come for us to move in this direction. With those many remarks, I want to declare this conference officially open. Thank you.
It is clear that addressing sustainability is no longer nice to have, but a must have. We must now get sustainability going. It's just not a nice thing, but a business imperative. In conclusion, Mr. PS, we would like this forum, which happens every year, to be a time when industry, government, SMEs, international donors who are supporting packaging, and I'd like to recognize Anne. She's from International Trade Center. They are supporting market upgrade or market access in this region. So we would like, with your permission, so that every year we can sit together and discuss this issue packaging. Where are we? Where are we going? And since this is an annual event, we can use this forum like we have the next one in March next year, where we can have a round table. We look at the interventions that Markup is making, what progress it has made that year, and where it is going. The MSMEs are here, the exporters are here, and other value chain actors, so that we can be able to reason together and synchronize our efforts, so that us as an Institute of Packaging, we are moving this way, maybe government is moving this way, and industry is moving this way, the donors are moving this way. So we want to synchronize this and get maximum concurrence so that we can make maximum impact and we can be able to move our industry forward. So we would propose an annual roundtable conference, a roundtable discussion. We had a bit of this in Cairo, where the continent, we have our friends here from Tunisia and other places where we go together and started to discuss the issues that affect packaging in this continent. So that will be a great step ahead. And of course, Bwana PS, our continued plea is that we will create a packaging resource center. That is our first priority, second priority, and third priority, so that we can be able to support the Kenyan economy in pushing for better bottom economic transformation agenda. One of the pillars is exports, and in the export, the product has to be seen. So we need to strengthen that export pillar. I think the industry has a lot to do. In the food pillar, because we have a lot of food waste and food losses, packaging has a critical role to be able to do. And even in Vision 2030, we want to be globally competitive. We have just had some discussions a bit. How can we be globally competitive and our packaging can't stand out there, or it is written in different languages? So we have, these are some of the interventions. Even these trade blocks that we are bringing down the boundaries, ESC, after COMESA, all these agendas need to mainstream and recognize the role that packaging will play its role. I'd like to assure you that we have enough packaging capability and technology to be able to support the country to achieve globally competitive packaging. We shall be celebrating African
But you already have kit in which is yours. What we need is a curriculum. And then you do it even CEDA. It's approved. Yeah, now it's a kit. You see now the people who are doing the curriculum is Tibet CEDA. Okay. You need to get in touch with them.
packaging made out of 100% recycled plastic, made from our plastic. So this is, we're closing the loop. We are making the...
So are you doing this in Kenya?
Yes.
Where?
Mombasa. So we collect the plastic, we wash them, we flake them, then now we use their machinery, which is what is Rema here. We use it to now do pellets. So these are easily absorbed by the machinery. We are able to now make this
If you want to make different strengths of this, something hard plastic, some soft ones, we are able to do that.
we have different grades, different grades of plastic. So like this is what we call lightest PVB.
Okay.
We also have something called PVB. We also now have some
We can work with the TVET sector, TVET colleges. We really, if we are going to grow this, it's you and me, so that as much as we look for other people building bigger industries, we really must build it, but we are working on these things. That's why we are doing TIFE, because we want manufacturing place in each of the 47 counties. We are working on raw materials. We have seen how production of maize this year has gone up. We are working on sunflower, some palm oil. We are using many small things that we can work on, canola and others. So really, as a country, I think it's time for us to walk up. We are a regional hub for manufacturing, but that position, we can't continue holding it until we change it. And that is the only way we can grow. And we have enough incentives. We have tax holidays to go into manufacturing. All manufacturing equipment is brought in duty free, so we don't tax you if you bring manufacturing equipment. All the raw materials that you need for you to produce a new product is brought in duty free, so you're not going to pay a duty on raw materials whenever you bring them. So we have enough incentives, but then of course we don't have a culture of manufacturing, and that is something that we really want to change the mindset of Kenyans, that there's no way you are going to create enough employment in government, and the private sector cannot grow if there's no manufacturing. Because an industry where we can supply now nearly 13,600 products to the EU, 27 EU countries, duty-free, quota-free. These are opportunities, because if you open up such a huge market, we need capacity, we need people that are willing to invest in the production. Because one of the questions I'm asking myself, you have a duty-free, quota-free access to the EU market. You know that the EU Parliament already endorsed that agreement, but who is going to supply? So we need the Kenyans, we need the global community to really invest in manufacturing, in value addition, in importation of some of the raw materials that we don't have, value addition, packaging, so that we can access that market. So we really must work together. We are at the tail end of the Kenya-US Strategic Partnership Agreement, STIP. Again, that will open up a lot of opportunity in the pharmaceuticals, in the leather, in the textile sector, and we are looking for serious investors to take advantage of some of these things that we are doing. As you know, if Kenya was a vehicle, then the engine of that vehicle is manufacturing. And so mine is to really say, let's work together. The other thing that I've challenged Joseph here is that I'm surprised that we still do not have a course in packaging technology. And I have asked him if he wants me to hold his hand. I've been in the TVET sector myself. And Muteti here, he's been in the TVET sector. We have a curriculum developer for the TVET sector already called TVET CDAC. They are looking for new ideas. And I do not understand